Okay, so today we are going to be covering finding your niche. My name is Precious Carol, and I am going to be going over how you can find your niche as well as marketing potential once you discover it. We're going to go over some really good marketing tips. And I am the owner and founder of I Book, I Go. That is the name of my travel agency. It is part of my brand. So I am excited to share all of this with you guys today so that you guys can take some of these tips and utilize them for yourself. So I am going to turn off my video and we're going to just hop through this. So the first thing that we want to do is cover like how to find your niche. Like what are your passions for travel? What are your favorite destinations? These are the things that you want to think of when you want to specify what you're going to um, focus your specialization in. So you want to research the profit potential for this niche. And of course, you want to consider the competition as well as the market. So what I want to do is let me just change this so that you guys will be able to unmute yourselves. You can use the chat and you can come off mute so that we have an interactive session. So you want to be able to solve the problem. And the problem statement is, you have a customer that wants to work with someone who is a subject matter expert, right? That's a SME, subject matter expert. And you have to think of it from the perspective of you being the buyer. You're the client. So you want to sit down and you want to analyze all aspects of your niche. Think about any problems that correlate with your niche and how does this process work for your buyer. So that all sounds like marketing, right? Blah. It may not have even like correlated into anything to you. But what we're going to do is I'm going to use myself as an example. Okay. So go to my website, Book I Go, and I specialize in cruises. So I have a cruise BOGO offer as soon as someone comes to my page. Okay. It's exciting. It's so exciting. So, and Sam said it's kind of like a doctor specialty. Exactly, Sam. So if I have the cruise BOGO, if someone clicks on that, they're going to see that anyone who books a cruise is going to get a 5-day, 4-night cruise travel voucher where they can, and that gives them an incentive, right? So instead of you booking directly with Carnival, if you book with me, you're going to get a voucher for a 5-day, 4-night cruise to go on another cruise with Carnival. So that gives them an incentive and it gives me something to kind of compete with all the other travel agents that are out there. There's so many. So I also, let me let this load. I have like a travel page, right? I have my travel page where it goes over different destinations and I just drop deals into these. I get these from Classic Vacations, actually, in case you're wondering where I am getting my content from. And I load that in here, right? So that they can browse. But this is just to give people options on different packages that they can select. My bread and butter is going to be my cruise page. So if someone comes to my cruise page, they're going to notice that this page is completely flushed out. Like you can book excursions, look back to ship guarantee. They can cancel up to 24 hours before their cruise excursion. That they don't port, they don't have to pay. I have a wonderful, amazing supplier here. It's called Venture Assures, in case anyone also specializes in cruises. They are awesome. They have low deposits. And I also get my own, I'm going to open this in a new window. I also get my own affiliate link. And you can see I have my link ID up here in the corner. So if they come in here and they click on my thing and they book an excursion, I will get commission for that. and they will get all of the perks of being able to have a cheaper excursion rate than the cruise line, plus they still get that back to ship guarantee. So I promote that, like, look, book a cruise, get a cruise, cruise BOGO. If they click on that, then they're going to see the voucher. So I am making sure that my customers can tell that, like, wow, I mean, if you want to book a cruise, you can book with me and go on 10 different cruise lines. Okay, 10 different cruise lines. I got Disney, I got Viking, Celebrity, Virgin Voyages, Norwegian, Celestial, and even my Royal Caribbean page. I have it set up for you to be able to search deals for cruises here. So such an itinerary. Oh, this is look at that. It's good for me to know. I must have turned this off. Oh, let me write that down for a little note. I need to update that in my back office because it was not like that last night, I think, when I pushed my stuff out. So anyways, when I say sit down and analyze all aspects of your niche, I'm going to use cruising as my example today. So for cruise lines, what is my client? What's the process for my buyer? How can I insert myself in that process? My buyer, when they book a cruise, they typically book cruises out 1 to 2 years in advance. So that's much different than someone who's wanting to go on a trip to Mexico, right? Most people who go on all-inclusive trips to Mexico plan it 2 to 3 months in advance. There's a big difference. So you have to understand your niche and market to that by researching what your niche will be. So I want you guys to drop in the chat what's your favorite kind of vacation? Is it cruise? Is it all inclusive? Is it like maybe going to local destinations? Like, what are you leaning towards? And while you guys are doing that, we're gonna hop back in here. Because we are going to do our solution wheel. Oh, Melanie said cruises. Okay. I guess we'll stick with cruises. So how are you going to figure out what you should do once you select your niche? So let's decide. Allison said, I truly don't know. That's exactly why I'm here. That's fine. And I have another idea for that as well. So we have your solution wheel. And with your solution wheel, you're going to put your niche in the center, right? So for this, we'll do cruise. So I've got cruises right here in the center of my wheel. And then we're going to write a problem in each spot. Okay, so my first one will be expenses. That's a problem, right? I'll just drop that like that. And then let's see, what would be like a solution? I'll give you an example. An example of a solution to the expenses of going on a cruise would be finding deals. That's a solution. So we'll stick that right over here. Okay. And then it says, right, marketing tactic in the triangle. So what would be a marketing tactic? I could put together packages, cruise packages. I could put together group cruises there. So this is a solution wheel. It tells me the problem, it gives me a solution, and it gives me the marketing tactic. So let me go ahead and come up with another one. We'll just duplicate this. So another one would be like where to go. I'll just put where. Cruise to where. And a solution to that could easily be going on cruises that have multi-ports. So if my client, so let's say, I'll give you an example so that you can understand my thought process here, because you might not. I don't want to assume that you do. Let's say you have a customer that says, hey, I love beach vacations, but I don't really know where I want to go. I just want to experience the Caribbean. And I really want to do it at an inexpensive price. And they came to you and they said they wanted to go to Sandals Resorts. Sandals can be a little pricey. It's a luxury, all-inclusive line. Okay. So let's say they want to go to Sandals, and they want to do Turks and Caicos. There's a beaches in Turks and Caicos. So let's say that. And you give them their quote and they say, you know what, this is really expensive, right? So then you give them a deal, and it's not something that's in their budget. So then you say, you know what, I can put you on a cruise, and you can port out of Orlando, and you can go to Turks and Caicos one day, you can go to the Bahamas one day, and you can go to Puerto Rico another day. So you can be gone 6 days, have 3 different ports where you can experience the Caribbean and go to multiple destinations in one trip. And you can also save like $2,500 per person. So that right there is, that's giving them a deal. And it's also giving them options. So Allison, when you say you don't know what you want it to be, if you don't know what your niche is when you first start, I would suggest just marketing travel deals. You can go into VAX, Vacation Access, and just pull deals out of there and market from that perspective. And then as customers start coming to you and you start doing more mock bookings, and getting more details from your customers, it's going to allow you the ability to curate what your specialty is going to be, because you'll find out what you're naturally great at. Now, the one thing I want to remind you guys of is that as travel agents, it is not our job to be the Costco of travel. We are not the Sam's Club of travel. We are not your outlet. We're not your travel outlet. We're not your discount center. So sometimes, especially when you do find your niche, you'll have customers that come to you and say, I mean, are you going to find me a better deal? I found something cheaper. And you explain to them that the purpose of you booking their travel is that they're not on the phone with the supplier. They don't need to find out what their travel list is. You give them options on things to do. You're researching it. You are their point of contact while they're in destination. So you want to make sure that you're reminding them that you are their travel concierge, and that it's not your job to find them the cheapest deal on the planet. It is your job to give them quality service. So sometimes our deals are not cheaper than what a consumer can find on the internet, but that is not the purpose of them booking with you. The purpose is that concierge service and that butlered experience that you're going to curate. So let's jump back into our presentation. Dun, dun, dun. So how do you turn your niche into profit? We're going to go over some things here. Branding is so important that you brand yourself. You don't want your customer to not be able to recognize your brand. The more that you brand your business, the easier it's going to be for word of mouth and for you to get repeat customers. So you want to have a business name that's not too long, something that's easy to remember, something that triggers a memory for people so that they can associate your brand with your business. So I chose like I book, I go, because that is from a customer's perspective. I book, I go. And my tagline is, we make it easy for you to say, I book, I go, right? So, and then another thing that I'm using is I book, I go, BOGO, which is every trip you book with us, you're going to get a travel voucher, either for a trip or for a cruise. So then that way it gives them that incentive, like my thank you for them booking with me. Another thing, become a SME. Like I already touched on that a little bit. A SME is a subject matter expert. So how do you become a SME? And how do you determine what you want to be a subject matter expert in? Well, the best way for you guys to do that is to start taking supplier trainings. We offer tons of trainings on how to market yourself, on how to start your business, how to get your social media content out there and consistent. What you should do on the side, go into the supplier websites, start taking their trainings. Go start doing the Disney College of Knowledge. See if maybe, you find a passion there. If not, start doing some cruise line trainings. Go to Carnival, do some of their trainings. Virgin Voyages, do some of their trainings. Make sure you get your princess training done so that way you can take advantage of your free cruise, as well as Cunard. If you find that you're loving the ease of their booking engine, of their website, those are the kind of things that are going to help you determine if that's something that you want to continue spending your time in. Like Virgin Voyages, I love their booking engine. I love the way that they support their travel agents. So I want to book Virgin Voyage bookings because I want to I want to go on Virgin Voyage cruises. I love booking Carnival because I love sailing with Carnival. I love Carnival Cruise Lines. I went on 5 cruises last year of Carnival. I've only been on 2 this year, but I'm hoping to go on another one in December. I love Carnival. So finding your passion and aligning it with what you enjoy is going to make it easier for you to become a subject matter expert. Do you guys have any questions so far? I want to do a pulse check and also sip for tea. All right. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're meeting your client needs and you're finding out what works and what doesn't. So a prime example, I'll use myself as an example. What did not work for me was starting off and then just trying to only sell one cruise line. That did not work because I found out that the same way I'm passionate about Carnival Cruise Lines, there are people who are equally passionate about Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines and Viking River cruises. And then I found out there's all different types of cruises that you can go on as well. So let me give you guys an example. 1 second. All right, so let me give you this example. Okay, there we go. So, with cruise lines, I just go to my page so I can just go over so that way you guys can see it much quicker. So, fun fact, you've got like Ama Waterways, American Queen Voyages, as well as Viking River cruises are all luxury cruise lines that specialize in cruises like sailing down the Danape River. Like they have these beautiful ships, and that's a different experience than being on, say, a regular cruise. Like I say regular, but like Carnival, Celebrity, Virgin Voyages, Norwegian. So, and then some cruise lines, through my research, I found there are some cruise lines like Norwegian, which will have like an all-inclusive where it's including your drinks, your Wi-Fi. And so the prices seem like they're more expensive, but that's only because it's including so much. Whereas with Carnival, it's like a la carte. I can add on a drink package. I can add on a Wi-Fi package. Their base price doesn't include those things. So then it comes across as cheaper. It's no different than looking at airlines where you might have some airlines that specialize in business class compared to some airlines that specialize in budget trip and budget flights. Like your Spirit and your Frontier, everything is a la carte. You can purchase your base airfare, and then when it comes time for you to board, you can add things on like your luggage, your carry-on, drinks, all of those things. So you're going to keep that in mind. Once you start doing your research, then you'll realize all the differences. So another example would be all-inclusive resorts. So if you go to like RIU, RIU, RIU all-inclusives include your alcohol packages, right? In your alcohol packages, they might be top tier, they might be basic. Every all-inclusive resort is different. So those are the kind of things that you're going to want to think of when I tell you that when you're looking for your niche and you're wanting to define your niche, you are thinking of it from the buyer's perspective. What is the buyer's process? When the buyer, your customer, comes in and they're thinking of going to an all-inclusive, once you do your research, you'd be looking into, are they looking for drinks? Are they looking for buffet style restaurants or specialty dining restaurants? Do they want multiple restaurants on site? Are they looking to be able to do water activities? Water activities is different than motored water, like motored water sports. So you would be looking into things like determining if a resort has jet skis already included, or is that an upcharge? That's what I mean when I say that you would research what type of establishment that you're going to be booking, so that way you become an expert. And again, the easiest way to do that is to start taking the supplier trainings. Once you start taking supplier trainings, you're going to quickly realize, oh, I do not want to deal with that. That is not going to be my niche. So, for example, Disney, not my niche. I love going to Disney. I love taking my kids to Disney. I do not want to book Disney for other people. And the reason why I don't is because of the fact that there's so much involved in it. So I'm not there yet. Right now, I'm doing cruises because that's my favorite way to travel. So that's where I'm a subject matter expert in the most. But can I sell Disney cruises? Absolutely. And if someone comes to me and they want a Disney cruise, I'm still an expert in it because I took my kids while they were little to Disney. And I also went to the Disney College of Knowledge. So I'm very well versed in how to book Disney and how to make sure that you're making the most of your time while you're in the park. But again, it's training and research. So let's move forward. Oh, another thing is the SM listening. So what is SM listening? SM listening is social media listening. That's what that stands for. So I'm going to show you, since I'm cruises, right? Let's go to Instagram. And as you can see, look, Carnival pops right up. No surprise. So Carnival has almost 1 million followers, okay? And they don't get a bunch of comments on every post, but they do get some comments. So let's just go to their main page. All right. So this is something that they posted recently. Come along with us on Carnival Cruise to the Western Caribbean. Oh, that's not a Carnival post. Hold on. Okay. This is one of their travel ambassadors. So look, Aspen's showing us how it's done. Check out her sweet ride. So I can look and see these people right here. Look, how much does it cost to rent one of those? Next year, I'm going to have K Moon and need one of these for my mom. You can read the comments and you can see sometimes when people leave comments like, look, can't wait to visit in January on the Venezia with my margarita in hand. So as I'm logged in on my business account, you can message these people. Look, this person said my favorite spot so far. And you can respond to them and say, hey, I see that you loved Half Moon Cay. When are you thinking about going back there? Right? Look. And you can just copy and paste that to all these people. And I've actually gotten bookings from reaching out to people on social media. I am not kidding. So look at this. The food in the other restaurants that you need to pay is amazing. Can't find this food in the buffet or dining restaurant. Look, Mr. Waffles said, are these available in the MDR? And Carnival was like, yes, all of these dishes are available in the MDR. And then they said, look, we have the panorama booked for Christmas and 2 weeks on the Mardi Gras next year. I would message them and say, oh my gosh, I saw in your comments that you're going to be on the panorama for Christmas and that you're going to spend 2 weeks on the Mardi Gras. When are you taking your Mardi Gras trip? I offer BOGO deals. All of these people right here are all Carnival people. They are, not only are they following Carnival, but they are commenting on Carnival's thing. And everyone, you'll notice about Carnival people, almost everyone mentions their last Carnival cruise. Look, we were on a dream a week ago. We just disembarked Rome this morning. Do you see this? Look at that. People who just come back are always on Carnival's site making comments. And that's when I can say, oh my gosh, it sounds like you had an amazing vacation. Just so you know, I'm offering BOGO cruise deals right now. If you book with me, I'm going to give you a 5-day, 4-night cruise voucher. It gives them the incentive and it gives me something to offer them. So you see, I know about Carnival people. Carnival people, they're following Carnival and they love Facebook. Carnival people are on Facebook. They join the Facebook group for their cruise. They love to do little get-togethers with people who are cruising and do meetups. They like to do slot pulls. They love to do cabin gift exchanges. I can talk to you all day about your typical Carnival cruiser and how to market to them, because I've cruised Carnival and I've been on the groups and I have researched the kind of person that loves to go on a Carnival cruise. See? I hope you guys are taking some good notes here. I haven't. I feel like I'm just kind of rambling a little bit, but I want to just make sure I get all of this in. Okay. So I don't know if I want to keep going into presentation mode, but it's so cute. So let's talk social media, right? Boom. I'm going to show you guys some stuff. So first of all, you want to have fun, right? Pick trending music and songs that fit your video, okay? TikTok is really, really good because on TikTok, you can slap a whole bunch of photos together, add music, and then you can click the auto cut. And when you use the auto cut feature on TikTok, it blends the pictures together to the music. Perfect. You want to make it easy for your buyer. You want to post inspiration, you want to post tips, and you want to post hacks. You want your customer to not just follow you on social media because you have good deals. You want them to follow you on social media because you're always offering tidbits. Tidbits. Like, oh, look at this fun hack. I don't care how simple it is. You can go on the internet, right? Oh, I like to show you, so let me just show you. Better to show. 20 Carnival cabin room hacks. Okay. All right. I'm going to go to images. Oops. No, we're going to go to all. All right. So look at this. The points guy. I love them. 22 cruise cabin hacks that will transform your voyage. So there's 22 hacks, right? This is good because I can just take this list, all right, and I can make a post every other day. But beef up the bathroom supplies in your cabin because they don't give you very many. Or don't be afraid to move the furniture around. They've got all kinds. Look, find clever hacks to create more storage space. Now, I already have my own hacks. Like I use magnets, the hook magnets. That can hold like 10 pounds. They're perfect for hanging your towels and your purses. All of the walls in Carnival cruise on Carnival cruise ships are metal. So you can just slap any magnetized thing to the wall. So because of that, I like to buy tons of magnet backings and just super glue magnets to the back of stuff so I can just slap it on the wall. I can make a video about that. I could make a post about that. I can just, and if I don't know, right? If I don't know, then I can come and I can Google and look at some blogs and then post one tip a day. And then you just pull one, make it simple for yourself and make it simple for your customer because you don't want to overwhelm them either. All right, so be specific. So zero down on one niche and post consistently. Now, I've given you all kinds of examples of things I've done well, right? I have not done that. All right, so I'm going to give you an example of what it looks like when you don't do that. So this is my Instagram, right? So I am going to start fleshing out my cruise deals, but for right now, I have all of these deals that post. This is like, and it's all very branded. It all looks like the same. The difference is that the deal that's on my flyer changes every day. So this is, and I got these all from Exotica. So it's got my website on it. It's got my phone number on it. It's got a little snapshot picture of me and a deal. I'm going to do the same thing for cruise deals. But what I'm going to do for that is I'm just going to post BOGO deals. Like, you know, I'm going to post ads that say book a cruise, get a cruise, as opposed to booking the rate. Now you're going to ask me, why don't you want to book the rate? Fun fact about cruise lines, everyone that sails on a cruise line doesn't get the same rate because the casino on cruises give them special casino offers. And those casino offers are cheaper than the deals that they will typically find when they go to the supplier website to check for a deal. And I can't compete with casino rates. But what I can compete with is my travel offer. So if they book with me, it's going to be the same price, right? I'm gonna they're just getting me, right? Well, I shouldn't say they're just getting me. I should put it like they're getting me. That was funny. But I love to participate in the incentive voucher program because it really helps me to feel like I'm giving them something more. So I'm going to lead with that as opposed to leading with the deals. But you do also want to remind them when a cruise line is running a special deal. So like Margaritaville, for example, they did buy one, get one a couple weeks ago, where if you pay $70, then your companion only has to pay $70. So it was like $140 for two people to go on a cruise. Plus, I called this, look, double BOGO book now. So for me, it was Margaritaville is giving you a buy one, get one free. And so is iBook I Go. So now that I know that Margaritaville does that, I'm going to be on the lookout for making sure when they have BOGO offers. So that way I can be doing like, hey, double BOGO. You know, it's so cheap that it's buy one, get one free with them, but then you're also getting travel vouchers from me. So, you know, I'm trying to ensure that I'm being consistent. And posting consistently. So influence, the more knowledge you provide, the more they want to watch. So freaking true. And that goes back to the example of adding inspiration, adding tips, adding hacks. And right now I'm only posting deals, but people will want to book with you when they know that you're the travel agent that understands the specialization that you are in. Okay, be the example, showcase your travel. And when I say showcase your travel, I mean showcase trips you've been on. So I've got tons of photos of me on vacation. I'm not posting those on here, right? So for October, my plan is to get my cruise BOGO deals posted as well as starting to share when I've been on trips. And if you don't have photos of yourself traveling, guys, it's perfectly fine. Go find stock photos of people traveling and post that instead. Okay, you have to start somewhere. And then of course you want to use the proper hashtags for your niche and audience. So an example of that, Carnival Cruise Lines, for them, they have their hashtags like Travel Agents Rock. So that's like a perfect example. But every cruise line has the type of hashtags that they would use, right? So like on Virgin Voyages, people are shipmates. Virgin Voyages has their own language. it's nuts. But I shouldn't say it's nuts because it's actually really cool. And when I say it's nuts, it sounds negative, but it's very different. So you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're posting, you go and find those hashtags, because bet your bottom dollar your customer knows the hashtag for their favorite supplier. Okay? They know the hashtag for their favorite supplier. And why do they know the hashtag? Because when they post their photos, they want the other people who are, supporting that same supplier to do the same thing. So if I want other Carnival people to see my post, I'm going to tag Carnival and I'm going to use Carnival hashtags. You feel me? All right. That summarizes pretty much everything. Wow, I went through that in 40 minutes. That's not too bad. All right, so do you guys have any questions? Yeah, Sam mentioned that the last thing I said goes back into branding. It definitely, definitely, definitely does. All right. Well, again, my name is Precious Carol, and I totally enjoy doing these trainings. I am doing really, 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 I'm doing a really good job of forcing myself to ensure that I am starting to do more trainings, because I actually research this stuff all the time. And I think that it's important that we share our knowledge with each other. I learned so much from doing trainings. Allison asked, I do my own website. Yes, I did build this myself. Definitely reach out to me. If you don't know how to reach me, honestly, you can just go to ibookIgo.com. You can click on Let's Chat, and this goes straight to my cell phone. If someone messages me on my website, it goes straight to my phone, like immediately. I even get a notification when you are on my website. If you look at it on mobile, if you click the text on the bottom of if you click on the chat and then you go to text, actually, yeah, then you can actually just message me directly. So I want to thank you guys so much. I'm very much available. Reach out if you have questions or you need help. And I will be making sure that I keep myself on the training calendar. I'll be here every Friday this month, and then I'll also be posting my pop-up trainings. And I post those on the Team Sky Facebook group. So make sure you're in the Team Sky Facebook group. And like and follow, subscribe to my channel, because I've got all of them on my channel. I'm going to be posting at least 2 to 3 trainings every week. So please, please subscribe. I really want to try to get to 500 subscribers, and I have like 115. So I have a ways to go. So please, if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. And I can't wait to see you on the next training or the next video. Peace out, guys.